Warning, this episode contains adult language, mature situations, amnesiac main characters, protective cycloptic golems, strange eye-shaped symbols, futuristic dystopian cities, a mystery, and a new quandary. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Listener discretion is advised. Episode 472, The Country Without Humans. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Spiraken Manga Review, some podcasts and bang reviews about connectly enhanced narratives. I'm your host, Zen, saying konnichiwa, aloha, buongiorno, and what's up? Hope all of you are doing well out there in internet land. Hope you're excited for another fun-filled episode of this wonderful podcast. I know this is one of our special additional ones we're doing because we're releasing 2 a week, but you're going to be excited for this one because it's going to be quick, fast, and fun. But if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. Spiraken, or some podcasts and reviews about connectly enhanced narratives, is a nerdy podcast where we talk about various geeky topics. Depending on the show you're listening to, we cover a wide range of subjects. Since it's the manga review, obviously we're talking about manga. I tell you the art style is, the overarching plot, the characters, the design quality, and most importantly, if it's worth investing your time in or not. You don't have to agree with anything that I and my co-hosts say, but we try to be educational, enlightening, exciting, and most importantly, entertaining. You can check out any of our earlier episodes at www.spiraken.com. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, Stitcher, and various other social media sites. Just type in SPIRAKEN in your search bar, and I guarantee you'll find us one way or the other. And if you enjoy what you hear, support our Patreon to help us create more fun content for you to enjoy. And now that all that's out of the way, let's actually get to the manga review of the episode. Because if you remember for that last episode, I spun that one, that only, the Wheel of Manga. And it dictated me that I'm reviewing a manga that was written by Iwatobineko and published by Fudabansha, which means it's released over here by that one, that only, Seven Seas Entertainment. This originally came out in 2019 to present. There's currently 3 volumes, and it is a seinen series that is also a sci-fi drama adventure tragedy. And this series that I'm talking about is known simply as Ningen no Inai Kuni, or The Country Without Humans. So, this is the story of Shii, a young girl who wakes up in a mysterious city with no memory of the past, and she's being hunted by these evil beings that have huge triangle heads and one cycloptic eye in the middle of their forehead. And as she's running through the eerie streets that are filled with nothing but machinery, she ends up getting rescued by this weird golem, who she comes to learn has the designation Bulb. And Bulb protects her because he wants her to fix his former master, who is now a skeleton. We find out through Bulb and his best friend, who is a control unit known as Mumu, that it's been 400 years since the last human was alive. And so the robots are just following their routines and doing what they do every day. And their job is to serve humans. However, she, for some reason, is not designated as a citizen of the city, so she's technically considered an interloper. Hence why the mysterious figures are trying to hunt her down and kill her, or capture her, or do whatever. We don't really know. All we know is that she is the only inhabitant in this city, and she has to find help, and she just wants to exist. And she's gravitated towards Bulb because he protected her, and now she sees him as her guardian. And it's her trying to solve this mysterious mystery of her past. And the first volume is really fascinating because you don't get any answers. You don't know what's going on. You're just like Shii, where you just wake up and there are these creatures that are hunting her down. And the art style of seeing the triangle-headed creatures is kind of horrifying because they're these big, scary creatures with like dome heads that are triangles as they're walking around hunting this little girl. And when we first see her meeting Bulb, she's hiding on a subway car filled with other robots. And you think she's going to get captured because one of the guards shows up on the train. And then Bulb, who's this mysterious figure, ends up wrapping his cloak around her, hiding her, so that no one sees that she's around. And this first volume shows her interacting with Bulb and also some of the other residents who haven't seen humans in a long time. When she goes into this shopping mall because she needs sustenance, turns out that all the robots and all the golems are there to help her out, to give her food and clothing and everything, because their job is to serve. And since she's a human, we can give her everything. But since she doesn't have money, they can't give her it, so they have to end up disposing of it. But because they're throwing it out, she's able to kind of dumpster dive and get food and clothes. So it kind of works out. The only other characters that we do meet which have more of a humanoid shape are some of the more unique golems who are human interaction golems. The one that we know of is Tifa. And Tifa is a human companion droid whose whole existence is to find a friend. She's a golem who's created to be friends with humans and to simulate feelings in human intimacy, and she wants to become Shii's friend. The only problem is that the minute that she acknowledges Shii as her friend, she registers Shii as her friend, and then the evil overlords see exactly where she is. They know exactly where she is because they're looking through Tifa's eyes, so she's essentially selling out her master. And this mystery of what's going on is fascinating and dark and very confusing. The art style is well done. It's very engaging. It's this very weird utopian city which is filled with lots of eye symbols, and it has a mixture of unique architecture that could be seen as dystopian, Middle Eastern, steampunk, and San Francisco. It's very unusual, and the whole city is shaped like an eye, so this eye motif is dealing with something major, and the mystery of what Shii's story is keeps us compelled and intrigued, because we constantly see her dreaming about this mysterious figure, and we don't know if the figure is a lifelike golem or if it is a human, because it's assumed that she is the last human alive. And similar to so many other series that we've seen, like Somali and the Forest Spirit, or I'll Raise You, The Last Demon on Earth, this series has this dystopian feel to it that is it's becoming more prevalent. It's the mystery of what happens at the end of the world, at the end of time. It's not that melancholy feeling we get with Yokohama Cafe, where it's the whole, we're watching the world end and we're just going to kind of take our time with it. That's not this at all. This is, the world has ended, but now what's going on? What has taken over? And that's what you're trying to establish in this series. And I've got to admit that Iwatobineko does a great job showing this world visually. And there's so many little elements that give it such nice touches to it. Like you see in the background some of the different golems interacting in unique ways. And we also get a description of all the golems in the opening cover and the rear cover. We find that there's merchant golems, navigation golems, assistant golems, humanoid golems, merchant-like golems, cleaning golems, construction golems, and they're all very different design. They all have their own personality with them, and a lot of them are wearing cloaks, which is kind of weird. So there is that. So because of the design work and this unique story that has got me engaged and intrigued, because everything is so mechanical and different, I have to give The Country Without Humans a really, really cool read it now. This is a well-executed manga that has got me hooked to know what is going on. We have no idea where it's going. We know that this little girl is the only survivor. I mean, hopefully she's a little girl. Hopefully she's not a robot. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe she's a clone. We don't know, but we're going to have to wait and find out. And it has me excited and hooked to see what is going on. Now, if you've read The Country Without Humans, what are your thoughts? Let me know. Email me, Zan, that's xan@spiraken.com, or tweet me at Spiraken. Let me know your thoughts. And since this is our second review of the week, we don't have our manga releases for the week, but I'd like to thank all of you for listening. You're all awesome. I enjoy all of your messages. They fill me with lots of energy, and they make me want to keep doing this until I'm an old man who can't read manga, because unless I'm reading it with big glasses or reading large print. I'm going to keep doing this no matter what, and it gives me enough energy and motivation to keep doing this. So thank all of you. I appreciate every single one of you. And if you're one of my Patreon members, Hey Society members, hope you're doing good. Stay tuned for some really fun releases on the website itself. And also, if you're watching our Twitch channel, we're going to be doing some of my old panels. I'm going to be redoing them on Twitch late at night. So stay tuned for that. And so with that in mind, let's get to the part you've all been waiting for. And what are we talking about? We're talking about that one, that only, the Wheel of Manga! Yes, friends, the Wheel of Manga, except no substitute. Now, what is the Wheel of Manga? The Wheel of Manga is a Wheel of Fortune with 10 slots on it. And what I've done is I've assigned a manga title to each of the 10 slots. So what we're going to do is we're going to spin this Wheel of Manga. Whatever number it lands on, this manga that's in that spot is the one we review in the next episode of the Spiraken Manga Review, episode 473. That is 37 away from episode... Actually, 27 away from episode 500. And I'm excited because we're going to hit 500, and I'm going to do something huge for it. But let's spin to a review, shall we? Number ones. So in the next episode, I'm going to be reviewing a manga that is an adaptation of a light novel that was released by J Novel Club that gained tons of notoriety because of its very unique nature. The manga we're talking about is a very unique isekai about a girl who ends up doing a very different job in another world. We're talking about J.K. Haru in another world. So we're going to talk about that next week. So be excited for that in the next episode. So as usual, hope you guys enjoyed. Check out our other podcasts. I'm your host, Zan. I'm Gonzville. I'll catch you guys next time and keep reading manga. I'll see you later.